All we heard was pa 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 pa. So everybody ran in the house, and I was the last person to walk in the house. All I hear is, PJ! PJ! Get up! My son was shot in his head.
This is where 8-year-old Peyton Evans, lovingly known as PJ, was shot and killed.
The mother of the 8-year-old boy tells us he was eating dinner, playing video games with his cousins when bullets began flying into their apartment.
The shooting happened here outside, but the bullets flew through at least 2 apartments, and this little kid, 8-year-old PJ Evans, was the only person hit.
My name is Tiffany Evans. I'm from the DMV area. I'm the mother of Peyton John Evans, better known as PJ. It was a regular day. It was literally a week before school started. He had a scrimmage with his football team. PJ played his tail off. When I say played his tail off, he played a game he never played before. He was crushing everything. It was to the point where the kids was like, they don't want to play no more. He was on his way walking to the car, he just was talking trash, like, yeah, Ma, you saw me, I was crushing them, man. They was soft, man, they was soft. I'm like, oh yeah, man. He was like, yeah, Ma, I'm telling you, man, like, I'm about to have a good season. My partner, she met us at the house with tacos, because it was Taco Tuesday. He took the first bite. It was a salmon taco. It was fried salmon inside of a quesadilla taco. He said, dang, Ma, this taco bussin'. I said, for real? I said, it's good like that? He like, nah, for real, this taco good. So she gave me my taco, and I bit it. I said, oh, nah, he wasn't lying. This joint is good. So I gave it to her, she bit it. A couple seconds later, I went outside on the porch, and that's when my partner, my cousins, and my nephews were sitting outside, and we were just sitting on the porch, just chilling, laughing, talking, and literally, like, all we heard was pa 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 pa. It was like probably like 30 rounds just going off. So I grabbed her, yanked her to the ground, covered her. My nephews and everybody, they all laying on the ground, and then the last gunshot, it hit the window, and the window shattered. Like, that's when they stopped shooting. So we went in the house, everybody ran in the house, and I was the last person to walk in the house. All I hear is, PJ, PJ, get up. My son was shot in his head. So I walked in the house last. My son's sitting literally 5 feet away from me, his head down on the table, his taco in his hand, and he laying on the controller, the PlayStation controller. And I just grabbed my son, picked him up. When I say, like, I got Hercules strength, like, I picked him up and I put him on the ground. And I just kept praying over him. I'm just like, God, I can't lose my baby. And everybody was calling the ambulance and stuff, and everybody just screaming like, come on, P, come on, P. So I tried to do CPR, I tried breathing his mouth. He wasn't breathing. And probably like took the ambulance probably like 10 minutes to get to me. And I'm just like, why is it taking so long? It just felt like an hour. And when they got in there, they put my son on the bed, took him in the ambulance, and I told my partner when I went outside, I said, my son gone. I said, they ain't had the lights on the ambulance. I'm not stupid. I knew my son was gone. The whole ride to Children's Hospital in Washington, D.C., I just kept praying. And just kept saying, God, just please spare my son. By the time I got to the hospital, the doctor, he came to me, he said, I tried my best to do what I could. He was like, but the way he was shot in his head, was like a main part of his brain. And my son was laying on the table. He was gone. After that, I stayed with him for a while. Was just talking to him, loving on him, kissing on him, smelling him. It's the worst day of my life. My mom, his favorite lady, called her every morning when he woke up. He called his grandma. Everybody still hurt. It's still a nightmare to everybody. He was the life of the party, man, so everybody loved him when he was here. These are just a few of his teams that he did play with. And this was his last team that he won a championship with, and this was his last coach. And this is his best friend. They've been playing football with each other since they was 3. So that was his best man. His teammates really took his death hard. Like I said, they depended on him because he was the big man in the middle. So he made sure all the running plays got off. So his team really took it quite hard, you know, dealing with his passing, especially just seeing him at a football scrimmage and 20 minutes later he get killed. My oldest son, he's taking it really hard. My 6-year-old, he watches his funeral literally like every other day. On his iPad, he knows how to pull it up. He pulls it up and he looks at the funeral, he cries.
Tiffany, she was a sweetheart. We've served the family before. Her and her whole family were grateful for our services. My name is Wes Chavis III. I'm a licensed mortician and funeral director, and I'm the owner of Compassion and Serenity Funeral Home here in Clinton, Maryland. But primarily, we service the black community. We do quite a bit of homicides because of the area we're in, close to DC, where the homicide rate is up. You don't know what to say to people, man, when they keep coming back to you. We have so many families that have came to us 3 or 4 times in 1 year. Sometimes I have a cookout at my house with families like that because you just get tired of seeing them on funerals and you feel bad. We want to give the family a whole new experience in funeral service. We want them to know that we really cared and we put our best into representing your loved one for this day. This day was their day, and we're gonna make it a great day for you.
My son's funeral wasn't a funeral, it was a celebration. Like from the beginning to the end.
Friday, September 9th, 2021 is declared Peyton James P.J. Evans Day in Prince George's County.
Everybody spoiled my son. That's what it was. Like, he was everybody's kid. Like, all of my friends in the circle, I was the only one that had a biological kid in my circle. That was our kid. Like, this man had multiple parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody thought PJ was their kid. So I wanted to give everybody that opportunity to love on him one last time. And when I seen my son for the first time in a casket, after Wes did his work, I'm like, dude, he looked just like my son. Ain't nothing different.
When a loved one knows that the decedent has been through trauma, which caused their death, either gunshot victim or a motorcycle accident, vehicle accident, and they tell us, we know we're gonna have a closed casket because this happened. But I tell them, it's ultimately your decision whether we have the casket open or closed. But I would appreciate if you afford me the opportunity to do what I do and present to you your loved one, and then you can make a decision whether you want to keep the casket open or closed. If something happened to my loved ones, I want to see them at their best.
So my son was shot in the side of his temple. So he wasn't shot like where it distorted his face.
The thing about PJ, it went in his ear. There was no big exit wound. So it wasn't really difficult to fix his wound. I used a little wax and we put a little makeup over it and hair, and it was totally concealed. Restorative art is to recreate natural form and color. And that's what we do when we restore a body. If it's some structural damage, we recreate the structural damage and create the proper form and the proper color.
He looked like he was asleep. He looked like he was at peace. Hey, baby, I miss you. Long live PJ. They called that the big man on the field. He was always the biggest kid on the field. I made sure his team was good. His teammates, I wanted to make sure they had stuff that honored my son when they walking on the football field. I bought all the kids on his team when he passed new jerseys, and I bought them football bags. Everything is dedicated to PJ, so everything has long live PJ or long live 21 on it, because 21 was his favorite number. I definitely love them boys, man. They definitely felt the heat, because again, like my son, he passed away 20 minutes after he just was with his teammates. It kind of was hard for them. They didn't understand it, like, yo, we was just on a football field with them. And now he gone. They took it very hard, but they loved on me. They loved on me. And they still do, and I appreciate them. You know, those are my boys for life. My ultimate goal with honoring my son is basically just giving back to the young people. My son's 9th birthday just passed for February 14th, 2022. He would have been 9 years old. I donated tickets and stuff like that to kids that parents couldn't afford the sneaker ball that I threw for my son's birthday. So I paid for kids to get into the party. I wanted to just have all the kids in one place, just have fun and honor my son, because he wasn't here to celebrate his birthday. Life now is waking up every day, going to work. I make sure that I take my stepson to school every day though. It's a must. Like, if I don't get to take him to school, I probably feel some type of way. It's our time to bond. It's our time to talk, you know what I'm saying? The whole ride to school, we talking about PJ, or we talking about something that Sonic or something he talk about. He only 6, so, you know, conversation mostly about toys and stuff he wants you to buy. It's kind of hard. My partner, she want to do something for my birthday this year. I turned 35 in August, and I'm just like, I don't even want to do it. Like, my son not here to celebrate his birthday. What is that for me? But I try to enjoy life as much as possible. I'm just trying to relearn me. I built my life over the last 8 years being a mother and trying to be everything for him. I lost myself, you know what I'm saying? So just relearning who I am as a person.